Hi, this is Melanie Fine of RocketGirls.com. Today I wanted to talk about choosing a research topic for your high school research project. The first thing you want to do is start with an interest inventory. Find out what you're interested in, or gather the things you're interested in, because you probably already know what you're interested in, but you should definitely pursue a topic in an area that interests you because you're going to be spending a lot of time on that topic. So when you take an interest inventory, the first thing you want to do is start looking at your passions. What are you passionate about? What kind of science topic do you tend to take a double take on? What interested you most in your science textbook? Which science course interested you most? Do you have a specific reason in your family's history to research something like brain cancer or Alzheimer's? Do you like game theory? Do you like, what do you like in chemistry? Do you like making molecules in organic chemistry? Do you like studying rates of reactions and wondering how they figure out what the rate mechanism is? What interests you? Start with that. And you make a list. Make a list of these things that have interested you in the past. I talked about science courses. What piqued your interest in a science course? What was the most interesting topic for you in a science course? What caught your attention? What science books have you read? What type of science books grab your attention? What have you read about? What science shows grab your attention? Have you seen something on the National Geographic Channel or something on the Discovery Channel that piqued your interest? Is there a passion or social action project that interests you? Do you want to save the earth from global warming? Do you want to clean up our oceans? What are those things that speak to your heart? Because a lot of scientific research is very heady in your brain, but you want to definitely find something that really is meaningful to you and something that you can commit yourself to, even in the times when it's dry and challenging, which it will be. What magazines do you read? What articles do you read? Start reading something like Scientific American, which is available on the web. Look through titles, figure out what titles interest you, start reading those articles. Those are all clues on things that can grab your attention, things that interest you most. And there's also this site, which you may have heard of or not, called Science Buddies, sciencebuddies.org. I'll take a look at that right now. That gives you all different types of ideas for science projects. sciencebuddies.org. I go to this site here. Here, right at the very top, project ideas, project guide, ask an expert. Front page, hands-on science resources for home and school. Science Buddies has over 1,150 project ideas in all areas of science. And I think, I'm going to go into here, I think they actually group them by grade level as well. Help me find a project. Here's a topic selection wizard tool. It asks you about your interests and your hobbies. It sorts them by grade. Notice if you're in high school, it's not just middle school or grammar school science projects, elementary school science projects. I hear they say elementary school now, not grammar school. But you can go through this and find other ideas that interest you. And I would just make a whole list of things that interest you and start doing research on those topics. Once you find certain areas that you're interested in, you can go to other websites for background information. Wikipedia, obviously not the best site because it can be contributed by anyone without any credentials, but Wikipedia actually has some great introductory articles that can give you background information into your topic. And one of the other great things about a Wikipedia article is that the sources are listed down below and they're hyperlinked, so if you want to learn more, if this continues to be something you're interested in, then click and follow the resources and then read those articles. There are also online encyclopedias, like here, Britannica.com is the most thorough one I know. I actually did research on here on global warming. We'll just wait for it to load. This whole encyclopedia is online, and I can go to search right here. And if I wanted to look up global warming, here, Global Warming Earth Science. Click on that again. Here's an article on global warming. Notice here it's 16 pages of content. These are all the subtopics, and you can go through this whole article and find out an incredible amount of information about global warming without ever opening a textbook. And you can pick and choose which parts you want to read, or you can read all of it. There are also great graphics, so I can expand a graphic. And then also, if I go through more graphics, they're actually videos. I'm not going to play a video, but I'll show you. They have great pictures, great illustrations. I'm trying to find a video. The videos would be in here because it says media, so I imagine it's in here. I can't find one right now, but some of these are videos as well. So there's a lot of information in Encyclopedia Britannica, and it's a great place to start your search. I do not think that it has a list of references. Oh, here. It does have references, but the references are found in other Britannica articles. So this is great for background information, better than Wikipedia. Wikipedia tends to be shorter in the interest of time, and Wikipedia does have cited articles down below, which is very helpful. So in your additional reading, the other thing you can look is at online magazines. There's a way that you search. For example, I had a cousin who had a brain tumor, and so that's something that's always interested in me. Find topics that are personal to you. If I wanted to research brain cancer, but let's say in Scientific American. Scientific American is a lay magazine, a magazine for non-scientists, still dense and sometimes difficult reading, but a lot clearer than professional journal articles. I can find, if I wanted to look up brain science, I can select the site scientificamerican.com. And then it's going to give me, what did I do wrong? Oh, Scientific America, scientificamerican.com. And it's going to give me all these articles on brain science. Actually, I wanted to look up brain chemistry. Sorry about that. Brain chemistry. Not brain chemistry. What am I looking at? Brain cancer. Another C word. Cell phones can cause brain cancer. CAR-T therapy makes early inroads in treating brain cancer. I don't know what that is. Do cell phones cause cancer? Does herpes cause brain cancer? Scientists tackle lethal childhood brain cancer. That might interest me because my cousin was a child at the time. More cell phone radiation, more herpes, cancer cells, brain tumor numbers steady despite increased mobile phone usage. So it's interesting. Do mobile phones cause brain tumors? Does bacteria fight brain cancer? These are all interesting topics that I would go through and read these articles and see what interested me and what I wanted to go further into. Once you've decided if you narrow down some areas that you wanted to go further into, the other site that you want to look at is Google Scholar. Oops, I went too far. Google Scholar is our journal articles that are available for free, or their abstracts are available for free from your house. If you have an internet connection, these articles are peer-reviewed scientific articles written by scientists, so they tend to be really difficult to understand, but it's something that you have to break into. I have a video. I teach how to understand these scientific articles that I have available. But let me look here. So Google Scholar. Let's say I wanted to do cell phones and brain cancer. And I search Google Scholar. It's not going to give me things like Scientific American. It's going to give me actual articles written by scientists that are peer-reviewed. Cell phones and brain tumors, a review including the long-term epidemiologic data. There we go. Review articles are great because what they do, this was published in 2009, what it does is it goes through all the research up to 2009 and reviews what has been discovered. Let me open this. And what still needs to be studied, which is a great place to start. You know, look into those areas that still need to be studied. Let's see if I open this. So here you have an abstract. If we look at the abstract, the debate regarding the health effects of low-intensity electromagnetic radiation from sources such as power lines, base stations, and cell phones has recently been reignited. In the present review, the authors attempt to address the following question. Here they give you the research question that they're trying to answer. Is there, okay, here's this word again, epidemiologic evidence for an association between long-term cell phone usage and the risk of developing a brain tumor? Included with this meta-analysis of the long-term epidemiologic data are a brief overview of cell phone technology and discussion of laboratory data, biological mechanisms, and brain tumor incidence. Then they talk about their methods and the results and their conclusion. And you can here click on the PDF. And I believe read the entire article. I don't know if I got the PDF. Oh, I may need to get, so some articles, this is $35.95. I'm not going to pay that for an article. Let me see when I click on full text. Again, this doesn't seem to be available to me without purchasing a subscription. Ways around that, if you go to a university library, they're going to have access to all these articles for free. And, or you can look at the, well, there are two things. Let me do this. You can go to the websites of these researchers and see if they have it on their website. Or sometimes you can do this. You can actually look for a PDF that's already online. So if I do this, if I put the title in there and do file type PDF, let's see if I can find it. This one looks like the actual PDF. Let's see if this is available, if I can click on it and I get a copy of it. "14 pages, there we go. Okay, so there you go. I just found this article that I had to purchase, but it's actually online. You don't always get that lucky, but I got pretty lucky here. So let's say that's something that I'm interested in. So the other things to look at Google Scholar are how many people cite this article. The more it's cited, the more important it is. I wonder if I could actually, there's also a link here to a PDF on the right-hand side. Let me see if that would get me the PDF. Yeah, so actually, I didn't have to work that hard. It's right here. So in Google Scholar, on the right-hand side, it gives you the PDF, so you can read that article. That's fabulous. So there are a lot of articles that are available on Google Scholar. Let me go find Google Scholar again. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, you know what? When I clicked on the PDF, I think, here we go. I just have to go back. Cell phones and cancer, cited by 223. Cellular phone use and brain tumors, cited by 559. This is in 2001. It's an older article. Trends in brain cancer incidence, oh, that's not necessarily related to cell phones, but they're talking about cell phones here, cited by 313. So find some articles that you, here's microwaves from GSM mobile phones. Find some articles, read their abstracts if they seem interesting. Clearly you just click on the ones on the right. I didn't realize it was that easy. If you want to read more, if the abstract interests you, then read the article. I also have a video on how to understand scientific articles. It's definitely challenging. It's work, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. So let's go back. So here's additional reading you can do. Then at some point, you're going to actually have to go to the professional journals that you can't get on your computer. Some of the most popular ones here, there are many of them, and a university science librarian would help you out with this. PubMed. PubMed is available here. It is a publication of the government, so this information should be available. Let's click on PubMed. You go to this website. Let's see if I can also research brain cancer and cell phones. There we go. Apparently I'm not the only one looking for this. Analysis of mobile phone use among young patients with brain tumors in Japan. Meta-analysis of association between mobile phone use and glioma risk. Let's see if I click on it, if I actually get the article or just the abstract. This seems to be the abstract. Again, this is something that you can definitely get the full article to if you go to the university library. They're telling you how to join PubMed Commons. I don't know if that's the comment site or the actual publication, but again, if you want full access, to these articles, read the abstracts, find the ones that you want, and then go to a university library. Even if you're not affiliated with the library, they will help you get access to these periodicals. Okay, so other periodicals that you want to look into is nature.com and Science, a journal of the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences at sciencemag.org. I believe Nature and Science, you also need a prescription to them, so you can go to your university library. You can also check if your local community library has access to these articles. They may have as well. So when you're reading these articles, what are you looking for? First and foremost, you're looking for background information. You want to learn as much about the topic as you can. Figure out from reading the articles, what do we know and what don't we know? What do we know and what don't we know? You're going to want to zoom in on the what we don't know, because that's going to be where your research question, your research topic comes out of. What don't we know? What could you do research on? Is there a missing piece? Is there something that is just scientists haven't figured out, or do you notice something that they haven't talked about that they may have not even known as a research question? What doesn't make sense to you? What about their research doesn't make sense to you? Is there something else that you could look at that you don't think the scientists are zoning in on? What questions are scientists trying to answer with their studies? This is one of the most important things when you read a scientific article, is what question are they trying to answer? And did they answer it? Did they answer it successfully to you? If not, figure out what's missing. Again, finding that missing piece. And of course, the most important one, what questions remain unanswered? That's pretty much the same thing as what is known and what is unknown. But what questions haven't been addressed? What questions do you have? What questions have not been answered? You go through this process and it's iterative. You read more articles, you get more questions, once you get more questions, you get more keywords, you go look for other articles that may answer those questions. You keep going back and forth between the literature, and then you come up with an idea that hasn't been answered that is really interesting to you, and see if you've got the methodologies, probably more the resources to design an experiment to answer that question. And then, of course, the last piece, which I didn't include here in the PowerPoint, is just you probably it is an easier path to succeed, a shorter path to success, if you engage the work of a mentor, a professor in the area that you want to do research in, and you work with him or her to do that research, because there are just so many shortcuts with someone who's already doing research and someone who can help you get access to equipment, get access to the right articles, and help guide you in your path, because there's so many articles to read, they take so much time. So you start the process, but at some point, the best way to find a research topic is start developing a topic and then meet with a professor that has time for you and discuss it, someone who's doing research in that same area. And meeting could be on an email, it could be on Skype, it could be a phone call, and that person can help narrow your topic down and let you know what things require the resources that are available to you. So there's so many options out there to start doing research as a high school student. I really urge you to go do it. So this video is about how to find a research topic. If you think that you want to be a rocket girl and you want to be a rock star scientist, then download your free manual, How to Become a Rockstar Scientist, at scigirl.me. This is Melanie Fine of rocketgirls.com.